from Happy Valley Studios, this is the MCS1 Show. And now your host, the guy who was never allowed to watch Nicktoons growing up, MCS1.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the MCS1 Show. I am MCS1.
And this is Caleb.
And today we're going to do something very special. Today
is our Christmas special.
Our Christmas special, the MCS1 Christmas special. And we have a very special topic for you today for our Christmas special.
No, it's not whether or not Santa Claus is real. We've already established that.
That he is.
Yes.
And
your parents lied to you again.
Yeah,
about lying to you. So
about lying to you.
It's a horrible cycle.
Yes. Tim Allen, he really is Santa Claus.
He really is. I don't know why people think that's a movie. That's a biography.
Yeah, it's his true story.
Yeah, stupid Jack Frost.
It's like the real world. The real world.
It's like the real world, only more believable.
Yeah. So today's topic for our Christmas special is haters.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about something for a moment. A couple of weeks, about a month or two ago, Caleb and I. The station that we are on, This University Life, which you are listening to unless you download this on iTunes from the podcast section.
Either way.
Either way, they put on a free concert. And it was cool. They got a lot of local bands there. So one of the local bands that went up there, not to name names or nothing, but it was actually the band right before that we got on to talk about our show. Gets up there and he goes, "This is something for all the people out there that are haters and are negative and find bad things and flaws," or whatever he said.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was really directed right at us.
Yeah,
even without knowing it. And then we got up there and we're like, okay, whatever. And then we talked about the show and we got really positive responses and stuff. It was a great experience. And I was like, yeah, we make fun of a lot of stuff. We make fun of kids who can't let go of high school, video game culture, fantasy football. People.
You didn't even know. We make fun of so many things.
Yeah, you
on
didn't
the show.
know.
You didn't even know.
And so it's like he was basically coming down on us. We're having our rights to speak out.
Yeah.
And so,
sorry, Second Amendment.
Yeah. And so it's funny because this person who's going to remain nameless, Caleb knows in real life.
Very personally.
And
I don't like him.
Yeah, and he doesn't like him. Caleb, could you tell us a little bit about him? Like the kind of, you told me something that sheds some light on him that shows that he's a hater.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I play basketball. I'm not trying to say I'm this great athlete or anything, but I have fun with it. And I feel like I play pretty well. I'm not never really the greatest player on the floor, but I'm never the worst. I just kind of hold my own.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but cuter. That's hard.
Yeah.
Though I must say Dennis Rodman was a great player. He really was.
He was.
He was a great player, just a little bit of a different personality. Anyway, not the point.
Different.
We were at his house, and of course he's got this super nice house, got a full court in his backyard, and I'm just like, okay, this guy's probably a douche
and a rich kid,
and definitely a rich kid. So we're playing and.
Topic for further next couple weeks.
Yes,
rich kids.
Anyway, so we're playing and I burn him. I beat him on this play and I score on him, and then the next play down I steal the ball from him and I score again, and he calls a foul on me, and I'm like, just because I'm better than you doesn't mean you can call fouls on me. And so he basically, at that point, he just kind of took it really personally and basically had a personal vendetta against me the rest of the day, which never worked in his favor because, obviously then, you're playing with your emotions and things, you're not playing your top game because you're thinking too much about what I'm doing. You don't even know what he's thinking, you don't even know. He's too emotional. You don't even know. I have so many emotions, I can't even tell about him. And another point on this, we were talking afterwards and stuff, and we were talking about, and no matter what anybody said, he always gave them just this look like they were less of a human being than him, and he didn't say you don't even know, but it kind of felt like it. His eyes were saying, you don't even know, and it was just like, The friend that actually brought me there, and the friend that brought me there, we were talking to him, and my friend says to this kid, he goes, yeah, so we're gonna go, to this place. He's like, oh, who's gonna go? And so then we tell him a few people, and he's like, those guys are gonna go. Yeah, why did you think I would be there?
Oh my!
And I was like, okay, freak, man. Like, you don't go to parties because you just want to see. You don't go to parties because everyone there is super awesome. You go to parties because you have some friends that are going to be there.
And steal the spinach dip bowl.
Dip bowl, which those jerks. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you go there just because you want to, have some time with your friends in a social situation, maybe meet some new people.
Yeah.
But, if I say somebody's going to go, even if you don't like them, don't be like, what made you think I was going to go? It's just like, okay, why don't you just put a big label on your head that says, A, Tool, and then right below it, hater. And not like, okay, that makes him sound like a Tool hater, which...
Yeah.
But anyway, okay,
he probably is, too.
Yeah, he probably does hate Tool. I mean, he just can't handle the amazing bass.
Yeah.
Jerk. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's just... That was just his whole mentality, and I just... Honestly, like, by the end of the day, I was just like, I really don't want to be around you ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's one of those situations that you hate to be in, but then at the same time, it's a really funny story, so you can't completely hate it.
Yeah, it's funnier later, but when you're there, it's like...
But when you're there, it's just like, come on.
When I lived with the crackheads, it was awful.
Right.
But now everyone thinks it's funny, but me.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
And it's like the you don't even know kid. I mean...
You don't even know.
Honestly, living with him and going through all that was just like, go away. Go find somebody that does know.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't even know.
But then if I said that, then he'd be like, you don't even know. I know so many people that know that it's not even funny how many people I know that know. They just know, and you don't. You just don't even know. But they know. You're just not one of those that know, because you don't know.
Okay, so that kid, it's like, he's basically, saying that, like, what I've kind of noticed is, with actual haters, they try to take the heat off them of them being haters and mask it with you being a hater.
Right.
So I have this guy who was in one of my audio classes. Okay, and I had him in another class. I don't even really, in all honesty, this kid mattered so little to me, I don't even know his name. And I have...
You don't even know his name?
Yeah, I don't even know. And so, yeah. And I have a really great memory. But what happened is I had to retake this audio class because during the semester, the first time I was taking it, I had a lot of medical problems, and it was too late for me to drop when I realized that I couldn't pass this class with my medical problems. I didn't even fail the class. I got a D in it, but I still wanted to retake it for a better grade.
Right, the GPA, absolutely.
Yeah, and I just, you don't even know. And I did fine the second time. I got an A in the class, but I was sick a lot, and I had a lot of problems the first time I took it. And so I just wanted a better grade. And so I guess he was in my audio class the second time, and I didn't even know this kid, but I had another class with him. So I saw him, and he starts talking to me. I'm like, okay, I don't even know you, but hi. And the first thing he says is like, so did you pass audio this time? It's like he just gets off on being a condescending jerk.
Yeah.
And like every chance he got, he tried to make it sound like I was a bad person. Like this guy was such a hater. Like we were in his class, like one time we were looking through someone's engagement pictures. I'm like, oh, well, these are nice, but I like these better because they have ducks. And I like ducks. I like animals. It's cool. And so I said that, and he was trying to make it sound like I enjoyed animals in a sexual like connotation.
Bestiality.
Yeah, and
gross.
And it's like, really? Honestly, one, not many, like, no one actually enjoys that. And two, why are you doing this? It makes no sense. And so, it was ridiculous that this person kept doing this. And he tried to make it sound like I hated all these pictures. And I go, no, they're actually good pictures. And stop, quit trying to make it out like I'm a hater. And he was trying to mask the fact that he was this condescending hater. And like, put it off on me. And it's like, I don't even know him. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing, too, like, with, masking this is it's just like, everybody knows that you're really the one that's a hater.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you were, I mean, those that actually are haters are always calling somebody out for being a hater.
Yeah.
It's a thing that actually happens with people. I have a brother that studies psychology, and he told me that, if you have something that you try to put on someone else, it's usually because deep down it's you.
So yeah, I've heard this. So what you're trying to say is that kid who says, you don't even know. That kid doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know.
Wow, it's amazing.
It's terrible. And honestly though, it's because
I thought he knew.
That actually is a pretty good tie-in, because the reason he tries to tell all those stories is because he knows deep down that he doesn't have stories. And so
true.
But he just we don't even know though. We're the ignorant ones. We don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know. But and my favorite though too is like on that subject of haters, is I love reading Facebook status updates.
Oh man.
When they're like saying something that they're going to do that night, and then they say hate on, and it's just like
hate on.
Yeah, I know. It's like okay. Like, I read this one the other day of a former friend that I actually deleted because of this comment, because it was just
so annoying.
It wasn't the first time. First time offense, it's like fine. They're just
everyone has a bad day with the Facebook status.
Sure. I've had them. Everybody has them. But it was like 5 times in the same hour. Not even the same day, but it was just like she wrote on there. She's like, going to the casino with my boyfriend or something, hate on. And it was just like, who is gonna hate because you're going to the casino?
1-800-BETS-OFF is after you now.
Yeah, they are. They're just like, oh my goodness, gambling problem.
Oh.
I'm gonna hate on.
Like, you don't even know.
You don't even know how much I hate.
Yeah, it's
and I'm just like, hate on. Like, could you seem less classy?
Yeah, that's true. It seems very unclassy. It's also like that phrase, stay classy. Yeah. Which is like, also, it's like hate on. It's very unclassy to say.
It's like basically like, hey, by the way, stay classy means, for the love of all that's good and holy, please do not have any class at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's ridiculous. Another thing about like the Facebook haters thing, like, if I would post something about me having a bad day, or even something like slightly, like even negative, I get called a hater.
Yeah, it's like...
Okay, so now this brings us to our next topic. About, okay, so basically what has happened is, like, with people who are super optimistic and positive, if they see anything that is, like, remotely criticism or negative, they freak out. And so they go to their first line of defense. Hater.
Yep.
And it's what the word hater has now turned into is, it's like the word gay. The word gay used to mean happy, but it evolved into, homosexuality, and now it's just a slang phrase for everything.
Anything that sucks.
Yeah. So a hater originally was about someone. Hater wasn't really even around for a long time.
No, I think it's recent. It's pretty recent.
Yeah, it's pretty recent, like the last decade or so. But so what would happen is, like, we have hater, and it meant like someone who obviously hated things. But now it's become the first line of defense against them. It's like, oh, you don't like what I like? You're a hater.
And it's like, it's eliminating opinions. It's like,
yeah,
sorry that my opinion doesn't match up with your opinion, but I don't think it means that I'm a hater. It just means we have a different view. Yeah, and a different viewpoint. Like, having a different viewpoint never hurt anybody.
Yeah. I gotta mention this. Personally, I used to listen to the band Incubus.
Okay.
They were okay back in the day.
I like their older stuff.
Yeah, I don't like them now at all. They're pretty bad, to be honest.
Too mainstream.
Yeah, too mainstream. That's what they've kind of turned into. Like, there's a difference between being mainstream and too mainstream.
Yeah.
And I don't like their new music. I liked their old bass player. Their new one I don't enjoy. And I just don't like any of the new Incubus music. Difference of opinion. Heaven forbid.
Sure.
So when I tell this to people, I don't know, Incubus must have like this diehard crazy fan base or something. Because...
Are you a hater?
I am. Because if I I mention this around certain people. They're like, "Oh, well, you're just a hater. How can you not like Incubus?" And
it's pretty easy. I just don't.
Yeah, I just don't. And all of a sudden, I'm a horrible person.
You're the bad guy now.
I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I don't enjoy what you enjoy. I'm like put on the same status as like, I don't know, the most hated person in America.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. I am put on LeBron James status if I mention I don't like something. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm all for, disagreeing with somebody. That's fine. I mean, I've had my share of disagreements with people in the past. I still have them today. I think it's a part of, just being a part of a society is the fact that, sorry, but there's no such thing as, this utopian society where everybody has the same friggin' opinion.
Oh, I know.
That's only in, like, horror movies. Written by M. Night Shyamalan. How do you say that guy's last name? Yeah, which are just awful anyway.
Village.
Ugh. Such a horrible set of movies.
But, yeah, and it's gotten to the point, like we said earlier, like a difference of opinion is what it is, but it's getting to the point where they're labeling everything as haters. Like, okay, let's say a church says something like a stance against homosexuality. Like, they're just like, it's just, they just say, like, for example, it's against God's will. I'm not trying to get, like, religious or something, but they say that because
it's their opinion.
Yeah, it's their opinion. And that's what, a church is like a set of rules and concrete things, and they don't budge on things. But all of a sudden they're like, oh, they're haters.
Yeah.
A church said, I shouldn't be doing this, or this. I shouldn't drink. They're haters. I shouldn't commit adultery. Haters.
Yeah. It's like, well, and the thing is, too, is it's like
people are trying to justify they do something wrong.
Right.
And then they call someone a hater. It's like, I cheat on my wife or whatever, and then they're like, and then I get caught, and then someone's like, dude, that was bad. I'm like, you're just a hater. Like,
yeah, and it's
that's what this is.
It's like, I mean, I don't know, and obviously not to take a religious stance on something, but I mean, certain people have certain viewpoints, and they're allowed to have those viewpoints, and I feel like, especially today in today's world, it's like, if you have a viewpoint that differs from, mainstream media, it's like automatically, oh, you're just a hater.
Oh, I know.
You're a bad human being because you don't think like Charlie Sheen thinks.
Yeah.
Which is...
yeah.
It's just like... And by that logic, though, the problem is that with that logic, then that means that everybody's a hater.
Exactly. But there's a difference between being a little bit of a hater and hating mainstream things and being too much of a hater. Let's talk about the real people who hate mainstream things.
Okay. All right.
The hipsters.
Yep.
We got to discuss this at one point. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, we have
hipsters.
To. Yeah. They hate good fashion.
They hate good fashion. Yeah, it's like they're going back and it's like they raided my grandma's like underwear drawer.
Yeah.
Not underwear drawer. My grandma's it's like they raided my grandma's
like hope chest from before she got married.
Yeah, her Hulk chest or her yeah, exactly.
And they took like all her scarves and her and her glasses and
I know.
Her pants from when she was 12.
I know. She's like, I haven't worn these in ages.
There are so many holes.
And they're so awful. I hoped no one would. Fashion police, help.
And then they got the vest and I don't know.
I know. They hate good fashion. And another thing, they hate decent music.
Yep.
And all the stuff they listen to, it's really weird.
Yeah.
And another thing I really don't like about hipsters is I think there are no such things as non-white hipsters. I have never seen a non-white hipster.
I think you're right.
I really never have. It's just a culture that white people made up to feel special, I guess.
Yeah, which is
really bad.
Yeah, which kind of special? I mean, special ed or what kind of special?
I don't know. It's bad. Like, it's like, and then like, I hate the people that like are mainstream but market to hipsters.
Oh,
Axe body spray.
Ugh.
Oh, the commercial that's always like hipsters, and then like they got these like girls
or like
that,
Smirnoff.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's like they market to that crowd. And like Hot Topic now, remember how Hot Topic used to be like an all goth store?
And it used to be like they actually had some things that were pretty funny.
Yeah, and kind of cool. But now you walk in, it's like hipsterfied. I guess that's the right term, hipsterfied. Mm-hmm. Totally.
It's now a hipster topic.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So hipster topic.
Hipster topic.
It's but you know what? But they do hate mainstream. But you know what they don't hate that's mainstream? They love Apple.
Yes, they do.
It's like I'm not a big Apple fan. I have an iPhone. I've had an iPod. As far as I go.
Yeah, never, ever going to buy an Apple computer.
Yeah. I never will. And like, I'm happy that my school is no longer editing with Final Cut Pro, which is an Apple product, which is awful.
Yeah, it's just, and it's so funny too, because I mean, if they hate being mainstream so much, why are they buying the most popular technology line?
Oh man, yeah, the iPhone. It's like that's a status symbol. Mm-hmm. My friend asked me the other day. She's like, how do you like your iPhone? I'm like, it's okay, you know, it's a tool like anything else, and I don't really do much with it, because I don't play games on my phone or anything, and it is convenient to surf the net, but I told her, I said this is a joke, I said, the nice thing about it is I feel better than other people because I own one. And I don't really feel that, obviously, but it was more of a joke, because it's like the top of the line phone.
It is.
It's like the status symbol, iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like basically they're like, oh, we're not mainstream. We shop at thrift stores so we can afford the iPhone.
Yeah, and yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So hipsters. Back to haters. What is with those shirts, bumper stickers, internet memes, propaganda with that stuff that says "I love haters"?
Yeah,
what's going on there? Do you have any theories on this, Caleb?
I mean, okay. Here's what I've kind of thought about it, is that, it's either people that are trying to
mask
the fact that they're haters, and basically trying to say, oh yeah, I mean, it's the hate on the status update people. You know, it's the ones that are like, going to the casino with the loved ones, hate on, and then obviously this person is going to have a little bracelet that says, I love haters, a little t-shirt that says, I love haters.
Speaking of hate on, it's kind of like the flaming torch.
It really is.
On, like, hate on!
Hate on!
The hating whatever.
Yeah, and then you have an angry face that just comes on.
Grr.
Yeah, and it's just like,
you don't even know.
You don't even know how much I hate, and then or B, it's people that are like, they feel like, and this may or may not be true, but they feel like, oh, we're super positive all the time, and I'm just trying to show that I really do, have strong feelings towards haters, but not in a bad way. I love them.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly, I think it's probably leaning more towards the first option, but I wouldn't put it past some people that have it for the second option.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I really hate that that's something that's a part of society, but it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, personally, I don't have a problem with haters, but that's just because I am one.
Yeah.
By the definition of what a
by the definition
exactly
of hater.
Is. Yeah.
The new definition. The old one, I don't think really we fit under it.
I don't really think too many people actually fit under that.
Yeah. But now it's like, it's an overused catchphrase. Like you don't even know.
Yeah. Like you don't even know.
Yeah. And let's talk about some of the early haters by today's definitions. The unions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unions were the early haters. Now, because of that, we have I believe, not all, unions aren't the greatest thing. They're not necessarily bad though. It's a tool like anything else, but because of unions, we got a lot better equal rights in the workplace. But because they were haters, because they saw a difference of opinion. So that's kind of, I don't know. It feels like it's a cop-out, the phrase hater.
A bit of one.
Too much of one. So another thing is now that we have this hater phrase, and everyone getting tagged for it. Well, now it's everyone's afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
But everyone has differences, and without criticism or something, society, we can't improve.
Right.
For example, I wrote a script on when I lived in the crack house, and I got amazing feedback, positive. There was a little bit of negative criticism feedback.
Good.
But when I heard it, I wasn't like, "You're a hater."
Yeah.
This word's spelled right. Or, oh no, it should have ended differently. It shouldn't have ended differently. The ending's great. Why are you a hater? I listened because it was valuable feedback. So if we would as a society kind of shut up for a moment and listen
We might learn something.
We might learn something, but that might be dangerous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If we actually learn something. Like reading a book. Dangerous.
Horrible idea.
Oh, by the way, since, I read a lot. I try to read a lot. I don't like people that don't read. I guess that makes me a hater.
Yeah.
No, well, I actually do like people that don't read. I just wanted to classify myself as a hater and feel accepted. Like I need to feel accepted. Like you don't even know.
You're a non-reader hater.
Yeah, a non-reader.
You don't even know. I know so many different terminologies for haters.
Yeah, like
I drink Haterade.
Haterade, Haterade. Haterade is such a funny term.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he totally had his Haterade this morning. I was like, yes, that is exactly what he drank this morning.
Yeah. Haterade. He wakes up, it's going to be a day of complaining and getting on people's nerves.
Better drink my Haterade. Or it's like, I'm totally hungover from that Haterade I drank yesterday.
Hungover from Haterade.
I drank some of that Mike's Hard Haterade.
Mike's Hard Haterade. Oh, boy. Yeah. I have nothing else to discuss with this, do you?
Yeah, I think we've discussed it pretty well. I mean,
do too.
Christmas special. I haven't heard a better.
Yeah. So let's just wrap up with our haters' comments and some Christmas special stuff or whatever. Blah blah blah. So for my closing remarks, I just want to say, not everyone's a hater. Quit giving in to society's demands of constantly labeling everything as a hater or everyone as a hater. Just let it go. Come on. Not everyone's a hater. Just because someone thinks differently than you doesn't mean they're a hater. So, another thing before we wrap up, I just wanted to say that we do have our email address. Now that's the MCS1show at gmail.com, and 1 is the number 1. So feel free to send us any hater mail, fan mail, which is also known as non-hater mail, and suggestions for the show, whatever. And we're also looking for sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor the show, send us your offer and let us know, what you think. We would love to hear from you, and who knows, we might even reach them on the air. That's our show, our Christmas special. I'd like to thank Caleb once again for being here. Being an amazing co-host, and have a good night, and Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and hate on.
Hate on. To all a good night.